morning. Good morning. A brand new day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Please forgive me if it seems as though I am speaking loud. I'm not sure how the audio is going to be with me driving and talking at the same time. But this is something that I woke up with on my mind. And if I would give it a word, it would be safety. Safety. Safety in the spirit and safety in the natural. Excuse me. And so people are getting snatched up and getting what, somebody would consider or they're going to call disappeared. And they're somewhere. You don't know where they are. Regular people like me, people like you, people's children, all ages, elderly folks are getting snatched up. What this all brings to mind is that, okay, right now I'm driving to my first stop for work. For what I do now, I go all around my city and service medical equipment. And so, I'm on the highways and byways, and, other people are, driving along with me. They doing their own thing, whatever it is that they do. That's regular, right? But there is also like an underlying, not on the up and up world. And even just talking about it in the natural, not even in the spiritual yet. Like there's like Gotham City, daytime, you see the business people, they dressed in suits, they walking around, they handling their business and everything like that. But there's also that underground criminal world that is also working. And a lot of times they trying to prey on the people that's walking around in the regular world, either oblivious, or naive, or they just don't want to think about, that grungy underworld workings and, the bad criminal system that is literally under their feet. Of course I'm talking about Batman, Gotham or whatever like that. But it's the same in real life. Like, as you are going about your day, and I'm talking about, Christian, Bible believing, Yahweh, the Lord, Father God, Jesus Christ, Yeshua believing, having faith people. We're going about our day, living this life, doing our best to live in our purpose, spreading the gospel. There is also a whole nother world that people are working in, that they're doing what they feel like they should be doing. And it is totally contrary to what we trying to do. And guess what? You and me are the targets. We have to be safe. We have to be safe. And, we can't be so, I guess, like, what do they say? Heavenly minded that we're no earthly good. And I believe that. Because if somebody, roll up on me right now and they don't believe in God, they don't believe in Jesus, and they want my purse. I don't even carry, a purse like that. I got a fanny pack that I mostly carry. But if they want, my purse, lately, I'll say since I've been alive, I haven't been, in a situation where, I've seen on the news or something like that, somebody try to rob somebody and they say, okay, Jesus, strike them down, or, the Lord strike them down, and it actually happened. They just fall dead right there. Like, no, like, you gonna have to fight or figure something out for yourself. You know, if your head wasn't on a swivel and you let somebody run up on you, we got to stop doing that. Folks is getting abducted and taken at Walmart. They're getting those little tissues with poison, things to knock you out through the skin. You know, tissues stuck in your door handle. They marking cars for, you know, mothers with kids. You know, one female, you know, 3 small kids or something like that. They putting numbers and letters on your car to mark you for traffickers and things like that. Organ stealers. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's the enemy's agenda, but it is something that we have to acknowledge, we have to deal with, and we have to prepare for, and always be vigilantly looking for and protecting ourselves against. It's time out for us to have our head in the sand and, you know, oh, you know, I'm just gonna pray for safety and walk outside, whoop-de-doo-de-doo, you know. No, you're gonna get like haymaker, you know what I'm saying, like punched in the side of the head if you're not looking. Like, okay, who's that over there in the bushes? Get out them bushes. I see you. I see you. And no, you're not gonna get me today, in the name of Jesus. But you're doing your work, your part of keeping you safe. Please be safe. It's totally ridiculous. I know everybody doesn't believe in, you know, having weapons and learning how to use, you know, firearms and, you know, self-defense tools and things like that. That's not me. But, you know, I'm not gonna get into that on this video, but that's not me. I totally believe in them. So I'm just, you know, just giving you a heads up, man. Things are, you know, of course things are ramping up. Things are ramping up. Things are getting crazier. It's more and more of calling evil good. And then, you know, people are putting it into practice and people are trying to force it on us. But you got to be safe. You got to be safe. You got to take care of yourself. You got to take care of those around you and teach. You know, kids, teach children, you know, from the beginning that, you know, how to be safe and what to do, you know, in order to be safe. Prime example, my son, I don't know, may have been 12, and I've always been big on safety, especially, you know, serving in the military. You know, that's number one, safe in all aspects. But we were at my dad's and coming out of the house early in the morning. It was still dark. And I always, when I put my daughter Annie in the car at the time, she was a baby. So yeah, he had to have been 11 or 12. And I always, you know, tell him, hey, you know, you need to look out, because when I put her in this car, my back is out, you know, so I can't see. I said, but I have you here. We got to watch each other's back. I say, it's dark out here. Watch for us. And this was an awakening for him, because, of course, you know, kids at that age, they're like, okay, you know, most of them, they're like, oh, you know, okay, mama, you know, okay, mama. But this particular day, they had 2 men coming up our street, just random, coming up our street. And at first, my son, he wasn't paying attention. And, you know, I'm looking around, but it's dark, so I didn't see them. So they come out of the shadows, and immediately he said, Mama, 2 men are coming. Say, get in the car. He ran around the car. I chunked that baby in the back, jumped in the driver's seat, locked the door. By the time I did all of that and got to my weapon of choice, the man was right there at my window. He had came up on us so fast. And, you know, that was my fault as well. You know, not just because I was dependent on my son, but because my head wasn't on a swivel as much as it should have been, one, and I should have just had my son got in the car with my baby, and then just climbed over the seat, put her in, you know, all of that. A lot of people think that's too much, but it's not when two people come out the dark, run up on you on your car. So they hurry up and left, of course, because I had that thing with me, and I always keep it easily accessible. But it was that close to where both me and him and the baby, you know, ain't no telling what they were wanting to do, but we could have been toe up. Now, my dad was in the house. I immediately called for him. He came out ready. I'm just gonna say it like that, because I'm not gonna put daddy's business out there. But he came out ready, but they had already ran off. That could have been a bad situation for us. And when I tell you it scared my son, I never had to have an issue with him watching his back, let alone, you know, just our back generally when we were together. It was scary. It was scary. We could have potentially been on the other side of what I'm talking about, people getting snatched. Because guess what? When somebody gets abducted, when somebody gets kidnapped or something like that, life may not be over for them. Like, do y'all understand that? We don't know what's happening to them. We don't know what the bad people, the people that took them, are wanting to do with them. So they are potentially out there somewhere living a horrible life. We could have been on the other side of that. I don't want that for me and mine. I don't want that for you. We need to be vigilant. We need to know how to take care of ourselves. We need to do things in a safer manner. Maybe we need to change our habits. I know some people, like, they're like, oh, well, you know, I like to go and, you know, shopping when nobody's around or whatever like that. If you a single person, male or female, but mostly females, now may be the time for you to change your habits. Hey, excuse me. I had to get myself together, and I'm in a parking garage at my first stop, but it's not time for me to go in yet. But back to talking about if you have a habit of, you know, some people want to go and, you know, do they shopping, you know, at night, or not even, you know, want to. Maybe that's the only opportunity that they have, or, you know, they work, you know, at night and you know, have to make moves pretty much in the darkness, you know, when we're talking about like things in real life in the natural. We got to change our habits. We may not be able to change exactly, you know, your routine, but, you know, do you have, when you walk out, or do you have things in both hands? Like, are your hands full, you know, where you can't get to, you know, a self-defense tool if you need be? Even if you don't, you know, like GUNS, S's, you know, do you have a KNIFE, or do you have, you know, some type of spray, you know, that's gonna back somebody up? Do you even have, you know, like one of those really, really loud alarms that, you know, if you pull it off your keychain, you know, it'll wake up the neighbors within, you know, an eighth of a mile, you know, something like that. If you can't shop in the daytime, change your habits in that way. We need to start thinking about these things. If you can, and it's just a preference thing, You know, if you can shop in the daytime, shop in the daytime, or, you know, pay that extra to have, you know, delivery. You know, it's not only for convenience, it may be for safety. You know, like you might not be a person that does really good out in crowds or whatever like that. Oh, so, okay, you know, pay a little extra to get you a delivery or get you a pickup where you're not really having to deal with people like that. You know, of course, online shopping is big. You know, I know a lot of people, just even for like, we think about clothes, they're like, oh, well, you know, I have to try things on or whatever like that. A workaround is do your measurements. Do your measurements, you know, across, you know, everywhere. Do your measurements, you know, keep them in a notebook so that when you go online shopping, they have the dimensions that work best for, you know, whatever size it is that they sell, whatever you desire. And most retail stores or anything like that, you know, have where you can shop online. You know, start changing things up, you know, thinking, okay, what'll be safer? You know, doing things like, say for instance, if you just really like to do your shopping, say for instance, grocery shopping or whatever like that at nighttime, do it with a buddy. Do it with a buddy. Get another person, you know, person like you, and say, hey, you know, I'm just trying to change up my habits. I want to be safer. I know you also prefer to do your shopping at nighttime. Can we start scheduling that together so we're not alone? Absolutely. Absolutely. If my schedule is to go and make groceries 10 o'clock at night on Thursday night, and I got a friend who's like, you know what? I do that same thing, but usually I go, you know, at 11. Okay, well, can we meet in the middle, go at 10:30 and do it together, just so that we're not each alone? Absolutely. And that's another way, you know, to take care of, you know, help take care of each other, but do things in groups. Do things in groups. Change your habits to take better care of yourself, to be safer, because it has been real out here. But the more life that I'm blessed to live, the more that I see that all those things that happen on TV is not always other people. It's not always other people's family. I've lived enough life to where some of those things are me and mine. So it makes it that much more real. And since it's real to me, what am I going to do about it? What am I going to do about it? So I just wanted to give you this word. Please be safe. Please be safe. If you're interested in, you know, learning how to defend yourself, take a self-defense class. Find something. It doesn't even, sometimes people give self-defense classes for free. You know, look, meetup.com, meetup, you know, you may have to pay if you go to like the YMCA or something like that. If you like, you know, like taekwondo and karate and stuff like that, they have different dojos all over the place. I don't know, you know, where you might be, if your city offers those things. Maybe, you know, once a week you might need to go to the nearest big city to you, you know, to expand your knowledge of self-defense in some way, you know, amongst other things for self-care. But, you know, let that be one of your things. Let that be one of your things. Take care of you. You know, God gave us this life to steward over. He gave us this body to steward over. If he blessed you with children in your life, whether they came from your loins, your womb, or not, he gave you that in those situations so that you could be a good steward over it, even if it's for, you know, a small season or an extended season or the rest of your life. Okay, we have to take care of the things that God has put in our care. And the number one thing is take care of you, because if you don't take care of you, you can't take care of nobody else. And I just think that is, crazy for us not to be prepared, especially if we have people depending on us. So stay safe out there. Of course, stay prayed up, but also apply those things in real life that will help you to remain safe. Okay, y'all have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Bye.